Hello, Mr. Kuma. It's an honor to meet you in this virtual space to congratulate you on the title of Honor Architects of the Year. That's a jury of 7 awards, Innovative Architecture bestowed to you and your team this year. My name is Lutz Dietzold. I'm CEO of the German Design Council, which identifies and presents outstanding achievements in design and architecture since over 60 years. Several of your projects have been awarded in the iconic awards over the past years. And it was a gesture of unanimity that the polyphonic jury decided on your work as a reference of world-class architecture. Your work, no doubt, gives an outlook on the future of sustainable world architecture. So congratulations, Mr. Kuma.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You once said, I want to leave the era of concrete behind me, and you built structures, buildings, and even bridges in wood. What do you think has to change that contemporary architecture is engaged more in using materials in a more conscious and sustainable way?
Yeah, in 20th century, most of architects believed the architecture as a concrete and steel were the only option for the architects for every building. And in that industrial era, it was the best solution. But now in 21st century, as we are facing the environmental crisis and the global warming, and as a severe condition, we should decide to leave concrete. And also design-wise, the heaviness of concrete was giving us many stress, and I want to free from concrete.
Yeah, okay. And which role does light play in your design?
Yeah, I'm always thinking about material and light. Without light, material cannot speak to us. And then the material and light should go together. And in traditional Japanese architecture, and as people are thinking about natural light, because no artificial light is always the interior space was lit by the natural light, and through the reflection and the many sophisticated way. And I want to get a hint from those traditional method of using light.
So you mentioned it, and in many buildings you use this traditional Japanese arts and crafts in an innovative way. What, from your personal perspective, is the Japanness in architecture?
Yeah, so Japanness is a kind of sustainable method in the limited land. Japan is small land, and especially the flat, the land in Japan was very much limited. But in that kind of severe condition, the people was trying to create the happiness in the density. And then the Japaneseness is very much related with the intimacy in the density.
Okay. What was there an important moment or person in your life that shaped the way you design?
Yeah, the most important the period for me was 1990s. The 1990s economically it was a very bad decade. Because in the 1980s we had the bubble economy, but as a bubble economy was burst at the beginning of the 1990s. But luckily, I could find time to travel to the local places, the remote places, and the small villages, and I could work with local craftsmen for small project, and then I learned many things from local craftsmen in 1990s. The projects did in 1990s are very small, and the numbers are not many. But what I learned from the craftsman in that period was the basis of our design after the year 2000.
You are an explorer when it comes to materials. We spoke about that a little bit, leaving the concrete behind. Which kind of material innovation are you still waiting for?
As I'm very much interested in soft material. The wood is softer than concrete. Also, I'm looking for the material softer than wood. For example, fabric has a huge potential. I think the recent technology is producing many new fabric with some special function. And recently we are using carbon fiber for structure or some lighting fixtures and big features with the fabric.
And so, connected to this, what do you regard as the greatest challenge in today's architecture?
Before 19th century, the architects are using many different materials. But in 20th centuries, the materials we could use was very, very limited. But after the COVID as a pandemic, we should go back to nature, and also we should go back to diversity of material. So I think it's a good chance for us.
And if you look to the demographic development of the world's mega cities, how can architecture contribute to create spaces in a positive relationship with nature?
Yeah, until 20th century, Homo sapiens was gathering to big cities, and also and Homo sapiens tried to make their nest higher and higher. But after this crisis, people should go back to nature and should go back to agriculture. And I hope we can do that kind of big change, and I am very positive in the direction.
And will Corona, in your eyes, have an influence on wood architecture as it changed the way people use buildings and what expectations they have to architecture?
Yeah, looking back to the history of architecture design, the designs and should be led by craftsmen. And then the best architects in 21st century as a craftsman in the villages.
Yeah, Mr. Kuma, so thank you very much for your time and the interesting insight in your understanding of architecture and into your work. All the best for your future projects, and we hope to see more of them in the future. Keep safe, and congratulations again, Mr. Kuma. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, and congratulations to the winners of Iconic Award. And Iconic Award is always encouraging as me to go to next stage. And thank you as a German Design Council. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.